The battle every year over mint sets and proof sets, right? It's been there for 3/4 of a century. Everybody thinks the proof was the first one, but that was 1950. The first set actually from the US Mint for collectors was the uncirculated set 3 years earlier in 1947. But over that 3/4 of a century that we've had the ability to pick and choose as we want to, there are some that just stand out way above everything else around it. And there are only 6 sets, 6, in US Mint history that have a jumbo dollar. And tonight, finally, have the finishing touches to make it available here tonight. We call them the Eisenhower Mint sets because the big coin is the Eisenhower dollar. Now let me pause for a second and explain that comment. The last silver dollar struck for circulation was the peace dollar in 1935. We didn't start making official US Mint sets like this one until 1947. So there was never a uncirculated set from the US Mint from 47 to 72 that had anything other than a cent, nickel, dime, quarter, and half dollar. So the firsts is the Eisenhower. They bring back the big dollar. It's 38.1 millimeters, the same size as the Morgan and the Peace. Now, yes, the Eisenhower was introduced in 1971. However, they didn't put it in the uncirculated sets the first 2 years. I don't know what they were thinking. I would have included it. They didn't start adding it to the proof set or the uncirculated set till 1973. So there were only 6 of them known. Well, every set has a Philadelphia and a Denver, right? So there are 6 sets, a P and a D, 12 coins, 12 Eisenhowers in all on this beauty. Now, the bicentennial coins are special. The 75 set and the 76 set kind of conjoined in all this fun stuff, right? The quarters and the half dollars are identical. You can't tell them apart. But on the Eisenhower dollars, you can actually see that, and we'll show you here in a few minutes. If you turn the coin over and look at the reverse, you'll notice the flatness of United States of America $1. Very flat. It's like you wrote it with a crayon. That's the 1975 set. The coin, even though it's dated 1776, 1976. You look at the set, oh my God, everything else is 1975. And then you look at the 1976 dated sets, turn that over, and the Eisenhower is very detailed. So there is a type 1 and a type 2. Some people call it the 75 and the 76. Others are going to call it the flat and the sharp. But the bottom line is they're all unique in the Ike series. You're also noticing, like right there, the 73 set, there are 3 different cents. That's not an error or a repack. San Francisco struck Lincoln cents for circulation up until the bicentennial itself. So those are included because it's from the government. This is the official way. Here is the fun of this. The 2 big coins in the collection are the Kennedy half dollar, right? The P and D times 6, which is 12. And then the Eisenhower, same count, P and D times 6, which is 12. If you break out just the Kennedy half dollars, they range from 5 1/4 to $7.50 each. And you're going to see $63 to $65 for just the Kennedys, which come out of these sets. Now the Eisenhower, that's a jaw dropper, right? Those 12 coins, the Philadelphia 6 are $98.50, and the Denver 6 are $85.75, $184 just for the Eisenhowers carved out of these sets. So if they're at 180, the Kennedys are at 60 plus. We always look for the fallback. What's our break value? What's in these sets? What's in these sets is good premium stuff. Now, if you want to buy just the 6 sets, the competition does have them, and they're at $221 right now. We're less than half. Now, the red is Denver. The teal is Philadelphia. All of the envelopes at that time were white with the blue lettering in the upper left-hand corner. If you see anything different than that, that's not real. This is real. They didn't change to colorful packaging until 1984, almost a decade later. And they continued that through 98, and then the state quarters took us to a whole different level. But this is all the good stuff. This is the stuff that we look at and are dumbfounded by value, and then see what's inside of it and say, whoa, it's exactly the opposite spin that I'm looking for here. 6 sets, $99.95. Again, my competition's north of 200. There you see in the back of the 75. You see the Eisenhower, how flat it is, like it's a crayon. United States of America, $1. And then you see the 76 coming up here in a second. Like they said, hey, it's our bicentennial, it's our largest coin. What are you doing? Come on. So they tightened it up a bit. And it looks gorgeous all the same. So the fun part is, as I said earlier when we started talking about this, places in history, coins that mark history, right? 1979, the Susan B. Anthony is out, right? What happens? Well, it's the first mini dollar in U.S. history, a placeholder. And they've been doing that size since then, right? Sacagaweas, presidentials, innovation dollars. It's kind of what we do now. But there are only 6 sets in U.S. mint history that can say I have the big dollar, the 38.1, which is what the Eisenhower is. Nothing else in history. Nothing. These 6 sets are those 6 sets. Checkpoint number 1. Then you get into the breakdown of what's in them. There's a P and a D, so you get the P and a D times 6 years. That's 12 coins. The 12 coins individually, coin by coin, when you break them out, north of 180. Add the Kennedys, another 60. That's just a lot of value. A lot of value. Guys, let's put a 1-minute clock up, please. We're down to our last decade. We're down to our last 10, 12 configurations right now. Lots of activity on the phones. Always want to say thank you for that. But sets, official sets from the U.S. Mint. The unks and the proofs. The first was the unks, and these are the only unks that grace that big dollar you're seeing right there, the Eisenhower. Or any other dollar for that matter. There was no other big dollar ever in a U.S. Mint uncirculated set. 73 to 78, that is it. Again, can't explain the 71, 72 thing. I don't know if anybody can. They just didn't. Well, that makes it a little bit more affordable, right? Competition's at 221 as I referenced. When you break it down, still less than the break value. When you break ours down, it's like, whoa, right place, right time, right? Give us a call. These sets should go somewhere. Should go to you. These are beautiful collector sets.